Hi, I'm Debbie, and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today we're reading for June 14th, 15th, 16th, and 17th. That's Monday through Thursday. Of course, I'm using my two Radley Valentine decks. I'll use my Archangel Power Tarot cards for the main message. I'll pull one from my Angel Tarot cards. I'll also pull one from my Emily Anderson Crystal deck. Now I'm going to, for the intro, pull a couple from my Waite Rider traditional tarot decks. Now, I have prayed, meditated, and infused all the decks with Reiki energy, but remember, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate. Take what you like, leave the rest. Okay? Now, I am an intuitive channeler. I open myself up to higher power. My job just deliver the message. Try not to get too much in the way of it. Anything that is put down, if it is reversed, I feel that that has a stronger energy. So just be aware of that. It may resonate a little bit more for you. One thing I do want to talk about, though, is on the 15th. The 15th, we have actually, this is going to be the second time this year that Saturn will square with Uranus. Now, the major changes, though, is that Saturn is now retrograde. So expect something, maybe some news, some announcements, some changes. Squares generally mean, to me, that it's kind of, they're a little bit, sometimes they can be working together, but many times it's working opposite of each other. And it's kind of like that conflict possibly of like siblings, and then just kind of, brother against brother, sister against sister. So there could be something going on like that. I feel that that could be in our personal relationships. It could also be something in the bigger, scheme of things. So that's going to be on the 15th. Change, and, Uranus is, of course, expect the unexpected. Saturn, I know I'm always saying this, but Saturn is about, Saturn in Aquarius is illusion versus reality. So expect some interesting energies going on. So let's start our readings now. Oops, forgot to pull a couple of these cards. So let's see what we have going on. Yeah, I do feel that with the that 15th, there could be a little bit of a struggle going on with us. We need to make sure we push forward. I'm not so necessarily worried about money situations, but we may have some choices that we have to make about money. We will be very creative. There will be some creative solutions. So let's see what we have here. Let's see what we have here going on. And we'll take 3, 1, 2, and 3. Let's see what we have for this week. General, this could be very personal. This could be overview. First card. Okay, so this is a 7 of Swords. Sevens have that divine umbrella. Sevens have, is a divine number. It's one of those numbers it's one of those universal type of energies of something watching over you that's greater than what you normally have, or greater than your internal being. Let's put it this way. Swords is your Gemini, which we're in Gemini. Mercury is also retrograde in Gemini. It's also Libra. It's also Aries energy. It's air energy. Remember the swords. The swords cut through the air. The swords cut through the air and helps you to see things the way they're supposed to be. Or it helps you to see things clearer. Remember Saturn and Aquarius. Yeah, we talked about that all the time. But, this is one of those times that's like, am I really being trapped by my old thoughts? Do I have some new thoughts? In this one, you can see this person looks like she is, and it is a female, but it doesn't matter. It could be male or female. She looks like she's trapped. She looks like she's, basically in some sort of a prison. It's not a prison with the walls, but the swords are placed around her to just kind of give a threatening. But if you really look at her, a lot of this is in her head. A lot of this is, somebody bound her up. Somebody did do what they did. But there's options to escape. There's ways out of this situation. So a lot of this is being in your head too much. a lot of this is not necessarily, again, Saturn Aquarius, not necessarily seeing, or not necessarily distinguishing reality from truth. Okay? So there could be something happening, especially around that 15th, that, kind of, takes off or makes that blindfold slip a little bit, that loosens some of the binds, some of the bounds, the ropes, the ties that bind you, okay? Or binds us. Next card. Okay, so now this is the Nine of Swords. Nines have a completion to it. Nine of Swords is, that stinking thinking, is worrying about something that maybe you don't have maybe you don't have any real control over. Okay, this is those types of thoughts that keep you up at night. That's the ones that wake you up at certain hours of the night. So again, this is that type of energy, and again, I can see on that 15th that happening. People worrying about things, again, that you don't necessarily have the control over. So my thing is, take a chill pill, not really a pill, I don't recommend that, but basically meditate, connect with your higher power, guardian angel, spirit guide, voice of the universe, your divine, whoever that is, the source, to help bring you to a more balanced energy. Okay, so a lot of this is, you might feel trapped. There are ways to get out of it. But part of this trap is, part of this is you looking at the situation a little bit, maybe taking a couple of steps back to look at it from that global side, a little bit higher side, and at the same time, the energies can be such that they make us, worry, stress us out, kind of, again, that illusion versus reality. So let's see what we have here. The last card is the King of Cups. Okay, so Cups energy is water. It is our Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, fluid, emotional, the King. Now the court cards all have an underlying energy, and the King's underlying energy is, is air energy, is the Swords energy. It's that, making plans, hearing news, seeing things, thinking things through, strategic type of thinking. So there is a lot of thinking going on. There is a lot of headspace going on with this. But the King of Cups has actually emerged the victor. The King of Cups has balanced the emotion with the, with the intellect. Has kind of said, okay, yeah, this is what, maybe my thoughts, I see these things going on in the world, and my thoughts might be really overwhelming, but emotionally, the King of Cups comes out the victor, okay? The King of Cups has gone through every emotional situation you can think of and has become a fuller person, has become an integrated person, and actually comes out of it in a better place than they were before, okay? So a lot of this is going to be kind of a wait and see, just get through, just let things occur, let things happen, not necessarily to buy into, not necessarily to get too stressed out, because this is saying you might buy into, you might get stressed out, but it's not, but the King of Cups is very victorious. The King of Cups stands in his power, and it doesn't matter male or female, and just kind of overcomes. So there is a lot of overcoming type of energy with that King of Cups. Okay, so now let's start with our readings. Hello, my Cancers. How are you? We are coming up to your season. That means I need to do the long readings too. So let's see what we have for my Cancers. Remember, we're going from a new moon to a full moon. The full moon will be on the 24th. It will be Capricorn. So expect, make sure that you're putting your positives out there, your wants out there, because around that full moon, there could be a lot of things coming into reality. Okay, first card, let's make this pretty. Let's see what we have for this week for my Cancers. Oh, you are bugging somebody. You are bugging somebody. You are like one of those little nets that, kind of just, it's like, go for it. Go for it, my Cancers. Here we are. Reversed. First card is, there we go, the Five of Michael. So now, fives have change energy. This is, this could be positive, negative, could be very neutral change energy too. So, fives are one of those things that, one of those numbers that we see a lot on the clocks or, just we're going down, we're driving, we see it on a license plate. So if you start to see a lot of fives, just know that there's going to be some changes. Now, Michael is air energy. We are in Gemini right now, Mercury in Gemini. There's a lot of that air thought process, communication changes going on right now too. It's also Libra, it is also Aquarius, and it's also making plans. There could be some major changes in your plans that are going to be quicker than what you really thought they would be. So you could see some things coming to fruition this week. I'm not going to say that it's all done, but you could see a lot of changes that I actually feel is going to work for your benefit. So don't be afraid of them. Don't be worried about them. Just kind of say, okay. And remember, I think you really need to make sure that you watch that intro because there's so much sword energy, so much, just be aware that that's going on. So if you're feeling worried, if you're feeling stressed, just know that the whole week has that type of energy going on. Now, knowing it actually empowers you, okay? Knowing it empowers you. So when those things start creeping in, you can push them away. You can give them to your higher power, your guardian angel, your source, the divine, whoever, the universal energies. You just push that away, okay? So, should read this. This situation doesn't serve you. Release your attachment to the outcome. Consider taking a more uplifting approach. So, next card is Two of Gabriel. Now, twos have some decisions, some different pathways to make. So you could be given some choices this week. And the thing is, you need to do what it is that you feel needs to be done. Gabriel is your Leo, Sagittarius, your Aries, passionate, burning, very determined. There's kind of an excitement with this. This is the time for you not to necessarily be hesitant. It's a time for boldness. It's a time for going after what you really, really want. Now, this is not the time for major gambles or anything, so don't take your rent, don't take your, and say, well, I really want to go bet on something. It's not that time, okay? You need to kind of have it, have a little modulation with this. I kind of feel like you're like, oh, okay. No, you have to have a little bit of a boundary for yourself with this. But there's movement going on. There's something that's happening that's pushing you forward. And again, there will be choices. Here we go. Make bold and ambitious choices. Great progress is possible. Important relationships with people who share your vision. Your last card with this, the High Priestess. High Priestess has been coming up a lot so far. Now, two, so we actually have a 2 and a 2. So we have a 5, 2, 2. Make sure you take a look to see, put it in, put it into your search engine and put like 522 for your, for your like angel numbers, okay? Because, we want to look at the positive energies from these numbers. Now, twos again, some choices. Now, High Priestess is Archangel Heniel. This is connecting with your higher power. This is one of those times, it's not necessarily what you know or what you feel. It's more what your gut is telling you. It's more about your intuition. It's more about the connection that, logically, many times over, I would say logically, this is a wonderful job for me. It just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel, it gives me the money, the benefits, da-da-da-da-da. It just doesn't feel right to me. And if I went down that road, you know what? It wasn't right for me. But if it's kind of like this doesn't make sense as much, but it feels right, that's where it, things actually went in, gelled into place. Now, again, that is connecting with your higher power, the divine, universal energy, the source, okay? So this is about powerful psychic insights, reflection and meditation that provides valuable information. Be at peace. Especially with all that air energy going on, just be at peace. Okay. And enjoy that. Enjoy the time. Now, we have a couple of cards that just fell. This one is reversed, so we're going to flip that. Both of these actually are air energy again. So that is Michael. Knights underlying energy is our Leo, Sagittarius. It's our Aries, passionate burning. Air, this is something fast. This is something that is going to go faster than you might have even anticipated. Okay? You're in for the longer haul, but now it's kind of like one of those, let's hurry up, let's get to it, let's snap to it, things have to be done. So you might be extremely busy this week with whatever this is, that you're going after, these changes that are happening. The only thing is, if you have to sign any contracts, make sure, because Mercury is retrograde, make sure that you have someone that's of the profession that needs to look these contracts over before you sign, okay? Intelligent, decisive, idealistic, and tireless. Events that occur with great speed. Take time to carefully review your options, creative solutions. And then your last card, remember that one was reversed. Your last card is the Six of Air. Sixes is the number of man. It's kind of like what you put into it. It's what you put into it, what you're willing to work with, what you're willing to do. But this is leaving the darkness. This is entering into the light. So there's movement this week. There's a lot of movement in the energies around you that you can kind of I kind of feel like I'm kind of seeing the picture of, like a child holding on to a kite and the kite lifting off and taking them forward. Okay, taking the child forward. So things are looking up, the end of a difficult situation, taking a trip. So be ready, be prepared, okay? I kind of get your go bag together. Now, let's see what crystal or energy is going to be helpful for my Cancers. Here we go. This one is reversed. Amber. I like amber. I do have this. Harmony, home protection, calm. It attracts love. I like that for you too. Okay. Anyway, my Cancers. Remember the button. Please like, share, subscribe because it helps. It really does. More importantly though, and this is what's more important, my Cancers, know that you are loved. Stay shining and be blessed. Bye-bye.